MelParty, what inspired you to start streaming? So this is a part where I break everybody's hearts. Okay, I wanted to start streaming in 2019. Before I left to New York, I remember I was still working at my other job. I remember just toying with the idea of streaming. If you really want to go that far back, I think I stumbled across don't judge me, please don't judge me with what I'm about to say. The first streamer that I ever came in contact with, that I ever watched, or not watched, like I was a fan, just like, oh wow, that's a streamer, you know, like that's what streaming is, was Ice Poseidon on YouTube. It was like when he would go to sleep and like fucking people would send him bullshit messages and shit. I just realized that was my first exposure to streaming. I know. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so funny. So then I started watching like more streamers and just like whatever clips I got recommended. And I was like, oh, like I want to try streaming, you know? Because I had wanted to do YouTube when I was younger, but I just never did because I was a lazy fucker. But I remember before I left, I was like asking my coworkers, I'm like, dude, would you watch me if I started streaming? And they were like, yeah, dude, yeah, I would watch you. Or they'd be like, nah, like I don't really fucking watch that shit, whatever. And so I started streaming and I never told anybody because I didn't want like IRL people to know that I was streaming. So I think what finally impulsed me to start streaming, I moved to New York and I told you guys, like I did not want to talk. Like I instantly shut myself off because prior I was like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna go to New York and I'm gonna network and this and that and blah, blah, blah. And then I got there and I was just like fucking a homebody. Like I did not want to fucking leave or go out. So then my first semester at college, so freshman year, I had this professor, which is like the only professor that I actually love from college. I had good professors, but this guy actually really cared about his students. People didn't like him because, so he was my writing teacher. He was very, very extravagant and very like flamboyant, to put it that way. And he would make us do like these weird ass projects, you know, to write about. I'm taking the long route for this fucking story, but our first assignment for that class was to write a sex scene. Like our very first semester of freshman year, first New York assignment was to write a sex scene. And it was great. He made us like go to a place, like a community that we'd never been a part of. And so, you know, some people were going to church that had never gone, and some people were going to like a nightclub that they'd never gone and shit like that. We would have to like write, it was writing class for one of my projects. And I know this is the part where I start, you know, maybe ruining y'all's immersion, but you know, I'm still a streamer. It's not a project anymore. But at one point he made us do, I think it was like, what is something like a community that you've never infiltrated? And I think I chose to start streaming. I streamed for like a week, a few days, and then just like reported my findings, right? I know. So that's finally what got me to, I think, sit down and like order my capture card and shit, you know, just so I had an excuse. Like I wanted to stream, but I just wanted an excuse to like, I guess it was scarier back then for me to put myself out into the world and like broadcast myself. So I just kind of used it as an excuse, and I was like, yeah, dude, I'll fucking stream. And so, you know, and I wrote about it. It wasn't anything crazy, but I was like, yeah, you know, like I met some people here and there, and you know, I started playing games and blah blah blah, and so that's not why I started streaming, but it's kind of why I first took the leap of streaming. Partially I was lonely, partially it was a project, and partially I wanted to do it for a long time. So assignment number 1, sex, exactly. And so my whole thing is like, all these kids I went to a very elite university, we'll put it that way. I don't know how I got in, but I did. Like the kids there, you know, I had the displeasure of having to work on assignments with them here and there, and they were like, yeah, I don't really like the professor, like he's not really teaching us to write. And I'm like, he's giving you like the New York experience, like you should already know how to fucking write if you're at this fucking level, you know? So I didn't get it, but I loved him and he was great. And I think I appreciated him so much more. I'm fucking yapping right now. But I remember at the end of the semester, you know, I've only had him for a semester, I think. Or did I have him for a year? I think I either had him for a semester or a year, but he wrote us all, I'm assuming he wrote us all little like goodbye messages. And I was like, I think I was coming back home after that semester, and I was like, hey, he invited us all to a bakery for our last class. We were gonna go have class at a bakery, and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry. Like, I have to go catch a flight back home, but like, I really appreciate your class, you know, and I wasn't even doing it to like get anything back. I was just like genuine, like, I really loved your class. Thank you for being, you know, my professor. Thank you for blah, blah, whatever. I don't really know what I said, but just something along the lines, right? Because I really did appreciate him. He was like a breath of fresh air for me in New York. And he was like the most homey thing that I had, right? As far as schooling went. But what's it called? And I was like, thank you so much, blah, 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 whatever. And then he sent me a message, which I don't, like I said, I don't know if he sent everybody a message. I'm pretty sure he did. But he was like, oh, you know, fuck, I need to find the fucking message. But basically just said that I had a very nice energy to me, like a very refreshing energy to me. And that he hopes that, you know, because I told him about my streaming thing, because it was a project at a certain point. He was like, I hope that you do end up letting more people in your world, because I basically told him that I shut everything out. He's like, I really hope that you find space for the rest of us in your own little world. And I was like, I don't know, he was just obviously he's a writing teacher, so not nice energy, but he said something like my energy was like whatever, and it stuck with me. And I don't know, I just appreciate that motherfucker for that. What would he say if you join the stream right now? I don't know if he remembers me, but yeah, no, he was pretty much the only professor that I really like. All my other professors were like, there was cool professors, but a lot of them were like just pretentious dickheads, dude. I just did not enjoy most of my professors. He didn't say nice energy, dude. Honestly, I kind of want to try to, wait. I want to try to find it. I think I have it in here. Hold on. It's in my school email. I've never deleted it. Oh my gosh, I still have it. Wait, should I read it? This is from 2019, dude. So this was the summer of 2019. Mel, you were great to work with. Please keep in touch. You have a great... No, my trainer just fucking messaged me. Shit, I'm in trouble. You have a great attitude and a really wonderful air of self-possession. I look forward to hearing you've done something remarkable one day, even if it happens when you're locked up tight in that room of yours. Great that you choose time for yourself when you're so socially capable. I don't know what that means. So much happens in our heads we never make space for, whole worlds. I hope you find a place for some of your worlds that include the rest of us. Keep in touch. Oh, that's so sweet, dude. No, that was it, dude. Please keep in touch. You guys are weird. He called you an introvert into touch grass. Fuck you, dude.